So Valve is building a living room PC gaming operating system which is based on Linux distribution. Hey guys, welcome back to BJTechNews. This is Bernardo. Now, if you haven't been keeping track, SteamOS is Valve's attempt at creating a Linux-based PC gaming operating system. It's designed to run a Steam boxes, which are PC for the living room. Steam boxes or Steam machines are redesigned to compete with traditional living room consoles like Xboxes, PlayStation, and Wii's. They bring a PC gaming experience to the living room. SteamOS will be available to everyone for free, so you'll be able to download it yourself and install it on your existing hardware if you like. You can hack away at the system and modify the software just as you can on traditional Linux distribution. You shouldn't be scared of SteamOS if you never used Linux before. For normal gamers, SteamOS will come pre-installed on Steambox, which the hardware is optimized for. You'll be free to install SteamOS on any hardware you like. Of course, Big Picture Mode also functions on Windows, Mac, and other Linux desktops, so you can use any system running Steam as a TV-connected set-top box. Valve recommends Ubuntu to users who want to install Steam on Linux, but SteamOS itself is based on Debian Wizoo. So my question is, why is SteamOS built on Debian and not Ubuntu? Valve had an answer for this at their SteamOS FAQ page. And I quote, "Building on top of the Debian core is the best way for Valve to deliver a fully custom system OS experience to our customers." Well, this really doesn't really answer the question completely. If I had to guess, I'd say that Debian is a more stable base to build on. Ubuntu updates more frequently and is pursuing several system changes with each quarter of the year. SteamOS is so close to Debian that the installer is just a customized version of it. It even includes IceWeasel web browser, which is Firefox without the branding. So what's underneath the hood of SteamOS? Well, it's a standard GNOME 3 Linux desktop, complete with a GNOME shell. To access it, all you have to do is open the Steam settings screen, locate the interface menu, and activate Enable Access to the Linux desktop option. You can select the Return to Desktop option to switch to SteamOS desktop. The Return to Steam icon will switch you back to the Steam's TV optimized interface. SteamOS uses an apt package manager, which was developed by Debian and also used by Ubuntu. Valve operates its own software repository, and SteamOS automatically updates its system packages from them. SteamOS comes with only Valve's own repository configured, but you could also have the ability to add packages repository. The SteamOS community could create their own repository to make additional Linux desktop software available. SteamOS has fairly strict hardware requirements at the moment. It requires a 64-bit CPU and a UEFI firmware, not a traditional BIOS. However, I expect to see Valve expand their hardware list requirements. Valve operates a 32-bit software repository for SteamOS, as well as a 32-bit version should eventually be in the cards. This would make SteamOS more compatible with existing older hardware. If there was any doubt, and there shouldn't have been, given what Valve had been saying, this close relationship with desktop Linux demonstrates that games for SteamOS will definitely run on Steam for Linux. SteamOS and Steam for Linux are basically the same thing. That means that Steam Linux game selection should improve dramatically. If SteamOS is successful, and I hope they are, desktop Linux will become a powerful PC gaming platform, as Valve tells game developers on the SteamOS FAQ page. And I quote, "All system applications execute using the Steam runtime, which is a fixed binary compatibility layer for Linux applications. This enables any application to run on any Linux distribution that supports the Steam runtime without recompiling." For some reason, some people were spreading rumors that SteamOS would be locked down to Valve's own software. I found found out that it's not at all locked down. It's easy to enable access to the traditional Linux desktop or even the Linux terminal, adding software repository and using traditional Linux desktop software if you like. All typical Linux desktop programs and terminal software should run on SteamOS. Game developers could even distribute games from outside the Steam store to SteamOS users. They just have to switch to the desktop to install and launch it from there. The lower level parts of the system will even become customizable for Linux geeks and everyone else who wants to try. Gaining root access to the SteamOS is simple and doesn't involve any hacks. When SteamOS stabilizes more, it's not hard to imagine some Steam fans or Linux geeks will install on their desktop or laptop and use it as their own main operating system. Why not? There are already people who use Debian, Ubuntu, and other Linux distributions on their PCs. With access to a full Linux desktop, a SteamOS system could be as useful as typical Linux desktop. The full desktop could also give Valve a path towards growing SteamOS into other form factors. For example, if SteamOS were able to take off, Valve could start selling few gaming laptops with the operating system in a few years. They already have an entire desktop system in place. Steam even has a built-in desktop application store, although it's fairly underused. Well, whatever the future holds for SteamOS, it'd be interesting to watch. The years of Linux on the desktop, on the TV, is just about here. So I'm pretty interested in how SteamOS is going to go in the future. Again, if you guys haven't heard, 300 lucky people already received Steam boxes already to test it out, and a lot of good reviews on the device. I'm actually creating a video for you guys of first boot of the ISO, like a first boot virtual machine. I'm creating a virtual machine to see how it works. So hopefully you guys can check that out. I'm actually going to put the link at the bottom of the description. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a like up, and do not forget about hitting that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, leave it right below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.